Welcome to Game 3. This is a Mayans war. We have TeRRoR in the green, up so far, won the first two games in this best of 7, and Melkor in the red. And interesting, Melkor is going to skip Loom. We see TeRRoR doing Loom at the start. Melkor is going to skip Loom. Sometimes as a Mayan player, you skip Loom at the beginning of Arena. It gives you a bit of an advantage because your villagers can build a house more quickly than Loom gets researched, so you start producing villagers sooner, and you also save the 50 gold on not spending the 50 gold on Loom, so you only need to put 2 villagers on gold instead of 3 as you're going up to feudal. But let's start taking a look at their maps. Melkor, main gold in the back, secondary stone in the back, but his main stone's kind of far forward, and both his other golds are outside of his walls. Deer really far forward as well, and a boar outside of his wall too. TeRRoR, meanwhile, back main gold, back main stone, back secondary gold, and extra gold in the back. Very nice resources for him. Does have a gold and a stone forward, but other than that, he has a really nice map. All of his sheep are inside, along with his boar and his deer all being inside. The other golds, other extra gold out here with the stone at the top of the map. Relics, one over here a bit closer to TeRRoR, another in TeRRoR's base, another in the middle, a bit closer to TeRRoR, 2 right near Melkor. And Melkor's deer pretty far outside of his base as well. See, he starts coming over to that lumber camp. And Mayans, of course, need lots of stone for their plumed archers. Doing that house with his villagers, make sure he doesn't get housed. And doing Loom, looks like he forgot to build the second house and ended up needing to make Loom anyway, so that's pretty costly. He put all 4 villagers to make the first house, but when he went to his lumber camp, forgot to make the second house. And ooh, scout fight over here, and looks like TeRRoR is gonna win that. And yes, his eagle escapes with 2 HP as the villager comes over. Scout's gonna run away, and that's costly because now he's gonna have to mill these deer, and he's not gonna be able to take them with the scout. TeRRoR could even go for a drush and try to attack the deer villagers because there's a huge hole in that wall now. And it looks like he's gonna mill the deer instead of the bush, so that's interesting. If we take a look at what he's scouted so far, yeah, he hasn't scouted any of the map yet, hasn't even scouted his back, just a bunch of wolves there, but if he goes there with a villager, that could be dangerous. So, pretty unfortunate start for Melkor, losing his scout and skipping Loom but needing to research it anyway when he forgot to build the second house. And he's going to be going for the... looks like he's adding another hunter to the deer. He's going to be going for the outside boar, and ooh, here comes a wolf getting aggressive on those villagers. They do have Loom though, so they will be safe. But having to spend 100 wood on that mill instead of using it for something else is less than ideal. TeRRoR now, he does know that the deer are being taken. Sometimes he does go for a drush, but considering this is a tournament, he probably won't want to go for something that risky. Maybe could have built the mill on this side of the barriers to take the deer at the mill. This way he's still going to have to push them in towards the TC. And we'll see. We'll probably see TeRRoR click up on 28 population, put 3 on stone, 3 on gold, and go for a castle. And Melkor now hunting his boar. We'll see if he decides to do the same, or if he decides to maybe just go for a boom before putting up the castle. And a bit of food left on that first boar. This one is a bit early, but not too bad. And he's going to be able to use his sheep to scout the back of his base. Those Mayan boar do last a long time, so he will have quite a while before he needs to bring the sheep back. And these deer finishing up. TeRRoR didn't do anything to those villages. His scout does only have 2 HP. So can't really do much harassment there with that scout. He's just going to use it to learn his deer. Alright, TeRRoR already has some really good scouting of the map. Missed that gold there though, and missed this extra stone. Might look to find those areas during feudal. Will also need to scout the back of his base, but he is pushing in his deer first. both up to feudal pretty much the same time, but TeRRoR with an extra villager and still having his scout alive can always put it in the TC to get more health on it too. And so both players probably going to go Market Blacksmith. Melkor, interestingly, only on one lumber camp, and he's going to be chopping his stragglers. TeRRoR didn't bring his scout that far in, so he can't palisade them. But now, hole in the wall being patched up. And Melkor not on stone yet, so we're probably going to see more of a straight boom from him instead of going for a castle. Could also go Market Blacksmith and then Eagles. But we're definitely going to see the castle from TeRRoR, Market Blacksmith, adding more to stone. And 2 villagers on gold. Now adding 2 more villagers to gold, and we'll have 6 on stone, 4 on gold, 4 on each lumber camp, and the rest of them are going to be finishing up his food as he's luring one last deer in. And still no stone from Melkor. Doesn't look like we're going to see a barracks, so probably just a straight boom. Has added in a second lumber camp. And could get some TCs on these resources back here. Also, back here would be a pretty safe location. And just about to hit castle. Just around 16 minutes. And we'll see where TeRRoR decides to place his castle. Has the 650 stone he needs. So no more villagers on stone. So he's going to be going directly for a castle, and he's not going to be looking to get town centers up behind it. So castle, monastery, coming down immediately for TeRRoR. And TC in the back, TC between the gold and the stone. So 3 TCs for Melkor, castle and a monastery for TeRRoR. And that did look like he healed 1 HP on that eagle. And he'll be looking to get out some plumes and not going to stone, so we might be seeing some 1 TC aggression from him. Doesn't look like he's planning on putting up any more town centers. And collects the relic in his base, deletes a hole in his wall for his monk and his plumes to get out. Not queuing up any plumes yet. And queuing up a second monk. Interesting, he's still not queuing up plumes. Melkor is going to use the monk to get that relic. Eagle's not going to be able to deny that. It was close enough to the wall, but the eagle could stop him from getting this one. So 1 relic for each player so far. TeRRoR is going to collect up to second real soon. That one should also be his. And coming forward, no atonement yet for Melkor, so that monk's going to be able to take the relic and run back. And just booming up in the back. 3 TCs, starting to pull ahead in the villagers. And still only 1 TC for TeRRoR. Hasn't started making plumes yet, interestingly enough. If we go to the military menu, still only 3 monks and his 1 eagle. Melkor trying to maybe snag that relic, but TeRRoR's going to get to it first. And we might just see Fast Imp just about to click up. And there we go, TeRRoR up to Imp. So he's going to be going on 1 TC aggression with that castle. And he is coming back to stone, so we'll probably see him get some map control of the plumes, drop the castle forward, and start pressuring into Melkor's base. Now, all of Melkor's resources are pretty far forward. He just has this back main gold and this other stone in the back. So TeRRoR might be looking to get really aggressive and deny Melkor's stone. That might force him to go into eagles instead of plumes. And getting some scouting with the monk, he sees that Melkor isn't taking this gold. Could maybe get a convert. Yep, gonna force that villager away from the wood line. And delete that villager to break the conversion. And gonna force Melkor back, that 1 monk being able to deny such a large area of that wood line. And now villagers from TeRRoR coming forward. Gonna drop a castle in the front, right on top of Melkor's walls. 2 tiles away, of course, because the walls won't have line of sight of that. Getting 1 convert on a plume, and getting a second plume. In small numbers, those monks being pretty good against archers. Now, TeRRoR in the Imperial Age, castle coming up right in the front, doing Bracer, that has a university up, so he'll be able to do ballistics right away. And the castle is up. Let's slow it down now. As Melkor building a stone wall in the back, going with a defensive siege workshop. And Trebuchet coming out. Straight away, he's going to be attacking the gate. Could move the plumes up to have them attack that as well, or garrison them in the castle to give that some more attack. But Trebuchet gonna come out, mark it forward, so Melkor might need to rebuild that. Melkor himself up to the Imperial Age with about twice the villages of TeRRoR, 74 to 39. And still adding in a few more villagers. Adding a Trebuchet in the front, nothing in the back. Doing ballistics, padded archer armor. He did bracer, now he's doing the armor upgrades. And first Trebuchet out. And we saw it in the first game, TeRRoR being really careful with his hand cannons and keeping them alive. He's going to need to do the same thing here, because his economy is going to be much smaller than Melkor's, but if he can keep his units alive, he'll have the Imperial Age upgrades and he'll be able to take fights. He's not going to be able to afford the Elite Plumed Archer anytime soon, though. That's a really expensive upgrade, costing, what, 1,000 wood and 500 food. So he's going to be on normal plumes, but they're going to be fully upgraded aside from the elite upgrade and maybe the armors, or he can still needs to do chemistry. But now, gonna attack the monastery, force that one relic from Melkor to ungarrison. Gonna try to run his plumes in, but he's gonna take some TC fire. There's a mangonel there to defend. 2 siege workshops, 2 more mangonels gonna come out, and plumes aren't gonna be able to get too much damage. Could snipe a villager. Puts them on the staggered formation. Repair's gonna come in, so the mangonel's gonna stay alive. Gets 1 villager, but very risky for these plumes. Texture hasn't loaded in on that farm. And gonna get another villager. Destroying the farm with the attack ground. Finally moving the mangonel. As second trebuchet out, gonna take out the market. Melkor will need to rebuild that, but nice mangonel shot there. And now plumes will go down to 3 mangonels, not much she can do there. And now castle going up in the back, so we will be able to get out some defensive trebs once he hits imp, as he's about to do. Good, imp is not in that TC, and he hits imp, and it looks like it's probably in this TC. That's the safest one. Now moving more villagers to stone. This stone about to run out, not much left there. Building a market in the back, putting up more houses. These wolves, 2 wolves could kill that villager. Are they going to aggro? No. Now chemistry coming in. 1 of the wolves coming in. As pressure continuing on the front. And both the wolves. Is that villager going to go down to wolves? Of course, that's more important than the push in the front, right? And yep, the wolves are going to kill that villager in the back. Melkor not paying attention. Needs to micro on the front. Now plumes. Plumes can't really push in against 5 mangonels, and Melkor has the resources. Those could be onagers soon. And what is TeRRoR going to do? He's going to put down some barracks, and he's going to make eagles to attack those onagers. And Melkor's going to need something to defend with. He's using his castle to make trebuchets instead of plumes, and that's going to make him vulnerable to the eagles. But now TeRRoR hasn't teched into any of the eagle upgrades. He's going to need Eldorado for the HP, going to need all the blacksmith armor upgrades, and that village looked like he's stopped producing villagers now, just staying on 1 TC, as Melkor continuing to add in villagers, continuing to grow his economy. Castle even going to take out a house. Could maybe rebuild a monastery in the back somewhere, try to get a monk to snag up that relic. But now he needs to defend. He's denied from basically 3 of his resources, and if TeRRoR can just hold this push long enough, Melkor, he's going to be out of stone. We'll have enough stone for a second castle, and this gold will last a bit longer because he is the Mayans. And now trebuchet. Trebuchets could snipe some onagers, but now this castle gonna need to be repaired. Have the villagers on the lumber camp. It might have been better to have them on that gold. Did TeRRoR scout that gold? Yes, he did. Sees everything except the extra stone on the map. Would have been good to have scouted that to realize it's not in the back of Melkor's base. But now Trebs being able to snipe a couple of the onagers. But now Melkor has enough Trebs now to threaten this castle, and TeRRoR's going to have to do something to take out those Trebs. Eagle will probably get a kill on the onager. Just a few eagles. And is that onager? Ooh, losing the onager right before the eagle goes down. Villager wasn't quite in time to repair. Now Plumed Archer is going to try to come in. Ooh, onager might have just damaged the Treb itself. Treb going to go down. Now this castle is going to stay up. Melkor didn't quite have the Trebs he needed. Eagle is going to come in. Ooh, nice shot on the eagles, killing the eagles with the onagers. Now can retreat them underneath the castle to keep them safe from the eagle. TeRRoR doesn't have enough eagles, doesn't have the Eldorado upgrade, doesn't have any blacksmith upgrades, so those eagles will die pretty quickly. And the next Treb about to go down, but we can see some big onager shots here. No, TeRROR's gonna get in close with his plumes as more Trebs come out. And ooh, but losing a few of them. The eagles are gonna come in, dodge the onager shots, as the onagers are gonna go down. But eagles still with no upgrades as TeRROR's losing his plumes. And these plumes, TeRROR really needs to keep them alive because his ego is so weak he can't afford to be losing units. And eagle is gonna come in, kill the plumes, but run underneath the castle. And now Melkor is down to 1 gold, and he's going to put up a second castle, make sure he can defend this gold as long as he can. Only 4 piles left, soon to be only 3 piles. And only 2 Trebs. Could repair with the villagers. TeRROR has the advantage with 3 Trebs. Ooh, but Melkor has snuck out to the side and gets a TC on this gold. That'll be huge for him if he can manage to secure that resource. And Trebuchet is going to attack a castle instead of that TC. Might be better for TeRROR just to concentrate on this TC, put some stone walls over here, prevent Melkor from getting out. But he has 4 villagers taking that gold and isn't queuing up anymore. At about 100 villagers, that's all you really need is the Mayans. Yeah, this castle is going to go down. That's the rest of Melkor's stone. He's not going to be able to make plumes. Eagle's going to come in, get some shots on the onager. Onager's going to go down, but the eagle will die. And starting to get a sizable number of plumes. And Trebuchet sniping the onager, so now he only has plumes against the unupgraded eagles and fully upgraded aside from the elite upgrade, or missing also some armor upgrades, but some pretty nicely upgraded plumes. Resources still looking okay for Melkor. Needs to set the gather point from that town center. Villagers are idle. But now, this gold swarmed with villagers. Not enough space for all of them to work. Rebuilding lumber camps, running out of space in the back of his base. And this is a really strong push from TeRROR. And that's a good mass of plumes that Melkor has right now. And Melkor, if he manages to clean up these Trebs, then it's going to be pretty much over. He needs to get some onager shots. And TeRROR, yeah, his economy is so weak, he's not going to be able to replenish these losses. All of his plumes have been lost right now, and Melkor just with 1 castle. That castle, if the castle stays up, 4 Trebs, but that 1 onager going to be able to take out the Trebs. Villager's not going to be able to repair, and this could be at the end of the push for TeRROR if he loses those Trebs. Another Treb going to go down to the plumes. Trebs trying to snipe the onager. Eagle coming forward. Trebs, they're not that accurate. And TeRROR is now down only to 7 military. He's lost all of his army. Hasn't been able to keep them alive. And there's the GG, losing all of his Trebs. That onager is going to clean the stuff up. Melkor had access to this extra gold. And what a strong push from TeRROR, but just not quite strong enough to push in. Great defense from Melkor, staying on 1 castle. Just had the onagers he needed to keep his army alive and snipe those Trebs. GG. Let's go look at the achievements. And we see the military. Yeah, TeRROR not able to conserve his units like he needed to. Very strong push, but just didn't have the resources to sustain it at the end. And we see much stronger eco from Melkor. And that fast Imperial time, 24 minutes. Very strong. Lots of relic gold, but villager difference not enough for TeRROR to overcome. Okay, GG. TeRROR now is up 2-1 as we head into Game 4.